Welcome to the Phoenix News Report. I'm Andrea Bridges-Smith.
And I'm Austin Dodson.
Tonight we'll be talking about Kamala's shiny new Veep pick, how the Harris and Trump campaign strategies differ ever so slightly, and how much roadkill is in RFK Jr.'s trunk right now. We investigate.
First up, liberal joy is at an all-time high as Tim Walz was announced as Kamala Harris's VP pick. Andrea, what do you think of this guy?
He could change my spark plugs any day. You know, Donald Trump tried to get Mexico to pay for it, but in the end, it was Kamala that delivered the walls.
I'm just glad to see the folks running the white guy cloning vats have started adding decency and empathy back into the mix. Home Depot has reported a sharp drop in the sale of tiki torches over the last few months, and I am sure that those things are related.
You know, it seems like everyone is on board with his fun uncle energy. It turns out that the Harris campaign raised over $40 million right after he was announced as the VP pick.
Shoot, a fella could have a pretty good weekend in Vegas with all that. Hey, maybe we should go into politics too. You know, we've got that magic formula. You're awesome, and I'm totally a white guy.
And that's all it takes nowadays.
Tim Walz hasn't been without controversy, though. The Trump campaign is attacking him on several fronts, including calling him Tampon Tim because he dared to put free menstrual products in school bathrooms.
What can we say? The man hates red waves.
Indeed.
Now, we're obviously fans of Tim Walz, but how does his home state feel about all this? I did an interview with a Minnesota resident to find out. All right, everyone, I am here with John from Minnesota. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, hey, Andrea. How you doing? How are the kids? How's the husband?
Everybody's good, thanks.
Oh, that's real good. That's good to hear.
So Tim Walz is the Veep pick for Kamala Harris. Very exciting. What do you and your fellow Minnesotans think about that?
Oh, that's real exciting. We Minnesotans, we love being talked about in the news. It's real exciting. Tell you what, he's from Mankato.
Yeah.
Small town in southern Minnesota.
Right.
They have some real good beer down there. It's good, some good fishing down there. So I highly recommend if you ever get to Minnesota, head on down to Mankato. Some real good people down there.
Got it. Okay. Now, Tim Walz, of course, is not without controversy. What do you think of reports that he puts peas in his hot dish recipe?
Oh, that's different. I can get that because I put peas in my mac and cheese. It's really good. It's how you get the kids to eat their vegetables. And then if you want to go one step further, you can go ahead and put peas on your hot dogs.
Huh.
Oh, and then you go ahead and put some of that black pepper on top of there, but not too much. You don't want to be up all night.
Yeah, you don't want it to be too spicy. Gotta be careful with that spice level.
It's pretty spicy.
Yeah. Now, when Tim Walz was a high school teacher, he was the faculty advisor at his school's first Gay-Straight Alliance Club. What clubs do you think he'll start when he's in the White House?
Oh, that's good to hear that he did that. Oh, I bet he'd bring over to D.C. He'd probably bring the Minnesota Gay Club. You ever heard about the Minnesota Gay Club?
No, what's that?
Oh, the guys, they hang out with their buddies all day. They go fishing, they get on the ice, they go on the lake. They're in a deer stand. They're just hunting hanging out with their buddies all the time.
Okay.
The ladies, they probably go shopping at Target when they're gone, so it's fine.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming here today. I know we have taken up too much of your time. You've been very generous. So thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh, for sure. Before I let you go, you see the weather out there. I think it's supposed to rain.
Yeah.
We really need the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice, the lake we got here. It's beautiful. His mosquitoes, they're really thick out here. The mosquitoes they're considered a Minnesota state bird.
Interesting. So we do actually need to wrap this.
Oh, before you go, I got a joke for you.
Oh, great.
We love our 4 seasons here in Minnesota, but really we only have two seasons. We have winter and road construction.
Okay.
Yeah, you betcha.
That's a good joke. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Right. I got to get on the lake before the fish go away.
That's right. We got to get you out there on that lake. Okay.
Before you go, I brought some hot dish for you.
Oh.
Here you go. You just go stick that in the microwave and make sure you take that tin foil off. We don't want that sparking in the microwave.
Sure.
And I also brought you a bag.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you never have too many bags.
Okay. Well, wow. Thank you so much. That's very sweet.
Yeah, don't put too much pepper on there, though. Unless you really like that. It's not for everybody.
Right. Okay. Is that Joe Mauer?
Oh, Joe Mauer's here. Yeah. Hey, Joe, the walleye are biting. You should probably get out here. No, it's okay. You got your bug spray. You're good to go. Hey, I'll see you out there. You have a good one. Oh, yeah, betcha.
Now that Walz is in place, we can start to see how the two presidential campaigns are crafting their strategies.
That's right. The Harris campaign is doing a great job using social media. They've got this great slogan, "We're not going back." And they're barnstorming swing states and holding big, boisterous rallies. And they're up by 6% nationally in a new poll.
And the Trump campaign is, well, it's an interesting strategy.
Yeah, do you think it'd be fair to call it, let's say, multi-pronged?
Yes, definitely. Very multi-pronged.
Yeah.
So first of all, Trump has decided to hide at Mar-a-Lago and not do a bunch of events.
And that honestly might be a smart move because no one likes that guy.
No shit. He can barely scare up 100 people to show up at a Four Seasons. And that's while they're having a sale on mulch.
Preach. Instead, he sent J.D. Vance out to stalk the vice president. After following her around the country and having rallies in the same locations, but with much smaller crowd sizes, he decided to go try and confront her on the tarmac.
I figured I'd come by and one, just get a good look at the plane, because hopefully it's going to be my plane in a few months.
Wow. That was like watching the Men's Warehouse street gang try and start a rumble. Sad.
But don't worry, y'all. Donald Trump is still posting. He has asserted that Tim Walz is going to unleash hell on earth in a campaign email.
That seemed to be a real neck snapper of a moment, as Trump had previously called Walz an excellent guy. But I suppose when Donnie Dorco is the one talking, someone being excellent and unleashing hell on earth aren't technically conflicting statements.
You know, he also wrote a little Joe Biden fanfic in a post on Truth Social. What are the chances that crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the U.S., whose presidency was stolen unconstitutionally from him by Kamala, Barack Hussein Obama, crazy Nancy Pelosi, shifty Adam Schiff, crying Chuck Schumer and others on the lunatic left, crashes the Democrat National Convention and tries to take back the nomination, beginning with challenging me to another debate. Austin, what do you think about this idea?
I think I'm about to hop on the phone with Netflix and get that script greenlit. We good with The Rock playing Obama and Kate McKinnon playing everybody else?
Yeah, but instead of a debate, what about this? We just steal the entire ending from Bloodsport. I call dibs on the executive producer credit.
Deal. Okay, also, can we just talk about Kamala? He just stuck an extra letter in there, and that's supposed to be like an insult, somehow.
Yeah, that would be like me calling you like Austin, like with two S's instead of one. Ridiculous.
I can't believe that you would say something so hurtful.
No, I didn't mean, I was just saying that it would be.
I just need a minute.
Donald Trump can't seem to make up his mind about debating Kamala Harris. First, he said he wouldn't do the ABC debate. Then he said he'd only do Fox. Then everyone on Truth Social started calling him a coward, and now he wants to do all the debates.
Oh, he absolutely should reconsider and not debate her at all. But if he does, only in a completely lopsided form. I mean, she trounced him 8 ways from Sunday, so running away is really his best option here.
Agreed. Now, after everyone called Donald Trump a chicken for backing out of the ABC debate in the first place, the Trump campaign has been trying to spin the situation. Here to comment is Trump campaign spokesperson Jen Haston.
Thanks, Andrea. I just want to say that President Trump is definitely not a coward and is perfectly willing to debate Kamala Harris anywhere, as long as that location meets his exact specifications. No, he's not. Okay, listen, we have a new proposal. Donald Trump will debate the vice president in the Mar-a-Lago ballroom. Tickets will be $12,000 a piece, and everyone has to wear a MAGA hat and yell racist stuff at Kamala Harris when she tries to answer a question.
Why on earth would she ever agree to something like that?
Yeah, that's insane. Come back when you have a real offer, Jen.
Unbelievable.
This just in. Donald Trump doesn't know a damn thing about Project 2025.
Not a damn thing.
Even though he flew on a private plane with the president of the Heritage Foundation to an event where Trump said, quote, "They're going to lay the groundwork and detail plans for exactly what our movement will do."
Doesn't know anything about it.
And even though the Heritage Foundation guy said he specifically talked to Trump about it.
Nope, doesn't mean a thing.
And even though a bunch of people who came up with it used to work for him.
Plausible deniability. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Animal magnet / presidential candidate RFK Jr. continued his unique approach to campaigning this week by sharing a story about the time he dumped a dead bear cub in Central Park next to a bicycle because he had to catch a flight. I mean, whomst amongst us hasn't? Glass houses, all that. And it's not like he killed the bear cub. He was just driving behind a car that hit and killed a bear cub on the road in upstate New York when he did the natural thing. Loaded that boo-boo into his car so he could harvest its succulent bear meat and erotic fireplace pelt for his own enjoyment. But then he lost track of time while doing some light falconry with his friends and didn't have time to dump Smokey in his deep freeze back home after his dinner, which also ran late and he had a plane to catch, so he staged a scene in New York's Central Park with the rotting cub's corpse next to a busted bicycle so the cops would think the bear was killed by a wayward cyclist who was then, raptured away from the scene or something, leaving his bike there. He's got brainworms. He's got a freezer full of roadkill. He's literally the perfect candidate.
Oh, this just in? It sounds like Trump campaign spokesperson Jen Haston is back with a new debate proposal. Jen, what are you guys proposing now?
How about this? President Trump and Vice President Harris will debate in an empty room. Just the two of them. No cameras or audience or anything. And then when it's over, he will come out and tell us who won.
Jen, this is preposterous. Why is your candidate such a giant chicken? He's scared. He's scared he's gonna lose, isn't he? Real bad.
Kamala is the one turning down all these great debate proposals that we keep coming up with. She's the chicken. Why don't you do a back at her?
Yeah, nice try. We're moving on now, thanks.
We here at the Fenix like to use our powers for good. And one of our powers is being a full-service creative agency. Check out this ad we did. You may hear some familiar voices.
Politisit is an organization that provides free, high-quality childcare so that parents can go vote without their kids unplugging the voting machines. That is a real thing that actually happened. Check out this spot and then go to donate at politisit.org/donate. We go now to the voting triathlon. Parents must complete a series of increasingly difficult events in order to cast their ballot at the finish line.
And they're off. The first event is the voter ID freestyle.
Let's see what she brought. It looks like a driver's license, a commercial drone license, her apartment lease agreement, a signed 8x10 glossy headshot, and yes, she has a birth certificate. But is it long form?
It is! That's got everything, right down to her tiny little feet prints.
And Mom is on to the second event.
This part is tricky, getting time off work. She'll have to act fast and think on her feet. How will she manage this one?
Ooh, looks like her boss hit her with the old, your coworkers managed to get this done, and we would appreciate it if you were here. Can she recover?
Mom has volunteered to run the company potluck next week. Oh, in exchange for the time off, a brutal compromise. But it does get her through to the third event.
Can Mom successfully get a babysitter so she can go vote? This is going to be a long shot and is often the most challenging event in the voting triathlon.
Uh-oh, Mom may be stuck. How is she gonna vote if she can't find safe and affordable childcare? She can't take the baby with her because who knows how long the line will be.
Oh, wait, it looks like Politisit has joined her team. They set up free quality childcare so that parents can vote.
Here comes the handoff.
Voting is hard enough for parents. Let Politisit help you get to the finish line.
Incredible! Another win with the help of Politisit. Get help or donate at Politisit.org.
Elon Musk has had a busy week. He's sparring with the British government after spreading misinformation that led to riots, which our friend Matt Johnston has been covering on The Interesting Times, so please check that out. And now the Prime Minister wants him to clean up the mess he made.
People. Elon has 3 jobs. Talking smack, knocking up his female employees, and spreading misinformation. Elon won't fix anything unless it makes him a bunch of money. He started this dumpster fire, and now he's warming his hands on it.
And speaking of that dumpster fire, after spending like $45 billion on a website he is still trying to destroy, Musk has decided to boost sagging ad revenue by suing advertisers.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
This, of course, comes after he said this last year.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. But go yourself. Is that clear?
Austin, what do you think he's going for here? Like a really extreme version of playing hard to get, or some kind of like bizarrely confrontational reverse psychology?
Andrea, I'm sad to say that this seems to be the worst case of affluenza I've ever seen. By this point, the patient will have lost the ability to smell his own bodily excretions, and his blood-brain barrier will have swelled his head so much that he will be completely unable to process any information that doesn't support his distorted sense of self-worth. Tragic, really. Poor rich bastard.
Well, I think Elon needs to blast his ass off to Mars and stay there.
Amen. An Olympic pole vaulter's dreams of a gold medal were cock-blocked by his own BPE, big pole energy.
How will this man go on? What must it be like to be within Hak Tua distance to achieving your dream, only to lose out to the incredible size of your massive French penis? Oh, hopefully a platoon of French prostitutes can wipe the tears from his eyes.
Now, of course, the Paris Olympics are just about to wrap up. But we've got great news. The Relatability Olympics is just beginning. Now, this is where contestants compete to see who's more relatable to the common American. And we have two great competitors here to start us off. The bare-chested Duke, RFK Jr., and Tim, you see Timmy, Walz.
Okay, first up, let's see which is more relatable to the common man. RFK Jr. posing with a dead bear cub, or Tim Walz holding an adorable baby piglet.
I know RFK Jr. is favored to win this competition, but I gotta go with Tim Walz on this one.
Agreed. Surprise win by Walz there. Okay, let's see. Tim Walz giving advice on how to fix your car.
So for $7.99 at Napa Auto Parts here in the city, you can replace this. Just clip off the back, use some shrink wrap connectors on there, tape it back together and put it back in. It's about a 5-minute fix and you're back on the road safe and sound.
Versus RFK Jr. leaving a dead bear in his car all day.
Wow, you know, that's a tough one. But again, I gotta go with Tim Walz here. He's really coming from behind. He's totally the underdog in this competition.
That is so true. Very surprising how well he's doing here. Okay, last event in the Relatability Olympics. Walz trying to get his vegetarian daughter to eat turkey.
I think we're gonna go do the slingshot.
Which I don't know what it is, and they're keeping it from me. But then we're going to go get some food, corn dog,
I'm vegetarian.
turkey then. And
Turkey's meat.
Not in Minnesota, turkey special.
Or RFK Jr. saying he has a freezer full of roadkill.
You know, I can't believe I'm saying this because RFK Jr. has always been perceived as so relatable to normal humans. But I think, again, I gotta give it to Tim Walz.
A shocking upset as Tim Walz takes the gold in the Relatability Olympics.
Hey, remember those astronauts who got stuck up in space after they flew up there on a Boeing Starliner?
Sure do.
Well, they're still there. They're still stuck. I could have sworn we told NASA not to fly astronauts to space on a Boeing machine. But clearly they don't listen to us because the Starliner crew up in space have at least 6 months to wait before they might be able to return in a SpaceX capsule. But I'll tell you right now, I'd be pretty freaked out if I had to wait for Elon Musk to save me.
Yeah, and if somebody beats Elon to saving the Starliner crew, he'll probably just call him a pedo or something.
Very true. And in a related story, Boeing has decided to pivot into car manufacturing. They will start by bringing back the Gremlin and the Pinto. Hey, they're also in talks to make the original spec DeLoreans. A Boeing spokesperson said the company hopes to, quote, blow the doors off the auto industry.
I'm sure those will sell like hotcakes.
Unbelievable. Trump spokesperson Jen Hastin is back, again, with another debate proposal.
Oh boy, this ought to be good. Okay, Jen, what do you got?
I think you're gonna like this one.
I can guarantee that we won't, but hey, go ahead.
So they debate on an island. owned by a rich billionaire that likes to hunt people for sport.
What the fuck?
And if she makes it through the hunt alive, then she gets to debate Donald Trump.
Hey, Jen, serious question. Are you on drugs?
Of course I'm on drugs. You try working for this crazy asshole. I had to trick him to get him on CNN.
Okay, well, go sleep it off and rethink your life choices. Jen Haston, everybody.
The Bangladeshi Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, has resigned and fled the country. Sheikh Hasina is 76. No one knows where she is at the moment. So, I suggest we explore all the casinos near Palm Beach, Florida.
And finally tonight, do you own a dog? Do you hate the way it smells? Of course you do. Luckily, Dolce Gabbana has launched a dog perfume. Finally, your pooch can smell like lavender and rosewater instead of that dead thing in the backyard they rolled in. That wraps up this week's episode, but we'll be back next week.
Don't forget to donate to Politisit. Politisit.org/donate. Go there now.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, it really could rain out there. Yeah, we really need it. You hear about the winter wheat prices? Oh, they're getting up there. You know, and corn, pork belly prices, they're too much. They're too expensive. You know, you probably saw I'm wearing my Viking shirt. I know it has a bunch of stains on it, but you know, this isn't my Sunday best. These are my working clothes. You know, if you're not working hard enough, if you don't have stains in your clothes, you know, because out in Minnesota, you got to fix everything. You got to know everything. You don't get to have nice clothes all the time because you're always doing something. It's over $4 a gallon for diesel. You know, I put that stuff in my tractor. It's way too expensive. It's tough. It's tough out there. Oh yeah, you betcha.